AM 1430 KRGI 105.5 FM. Good morning. I'm Brian Gallagher. This is Community Connection. On Thursdays, we turn our focus to education. Here on behalf of Grand Island Public Schools, we're going to talk winter activities with the athletic director for Grand Island Senior High, Chris Ladwig. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you brought a guest with you today.
Yes, we did.
Lilly Goodwin's come by to see what things are like inside the radio world. Good morning. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
Let's talk about winter activities first, Laddie. Let's get into the busy life that is, and you're already thinking ahead about postseason stuff.
Yeah, it feels like it was just a few weeks ago I was here talking about getting started, and here we are, middle of end of January, and we're looking at conference tournaments, and next thing you know, it's going to be districts, and then all of a sudden our state tournaments and all the fun stuff, and wrapping up our winter season. So, I don't know where to start, to be honest with you, because we've had success everywhere this year with everything that's going on. Our boys and girls wrestling teams are seeing success. We had a great weekend up at Hack this past weekend up in Norfolk. And our girls go to Kearney for districts here in 2 to 3 weeks, and they're in the state duels that are coming up. And our boys, we host districts this year on February 15th at Grand Island Senior High, and so we're excited about that and getting to have our kids wrestle in front of our home crowd. You got boys and girls bowling that are heading to Lexington tomorrow, and then all of a sudden they hit conference next week, and next thing you know, districts are for them, and hopefully some state tournaments for them as well. So you got swimming. They're having a great year. We just had a school record broken by Jane Novinsky just this past weekend. So I can keep going on and on. Show choirs just amping up. They had their premiere in Kids Camp this past weekend. It was a great event, fun times. All of our band recognition that we've been getting lately with jazz band and different things like that. So all that stuff's going on. And of course, the basketball stuff. We host Lincoln Southwest with boys tonight. Our girls are doing what they need to do on the reserve and freshman side. It's been fun watching them grow, practices and games. We brought Lilly here to talk about some of that stuff and give you guys a firsthand experience about what we're going through.
That's the segue point, so let's get right to it. Lilly, you had a chance to play with the Islander girls varsity, played a lot last year, but the decision was made this year because numbers simply weren't there to put a varsity team on the floor. And this is one of those hard decisions that was made, but this allows the program to really get a chance to stabilize, grow, and advance to the future. How do you feel it's gone so far?
I think it's a lot better. It's a better opportunity because we're not playing against girls that are 2 and 3 years older than us, and I don't know, we're able to grow the younger girls since a lot of the older girls aren't coming out anymore.
When you started last year as a freshman, you started a lot as a freshman last year. You were ready for the challenge, but you saw very quickly that step up, especially when you're talking 2, 3, and 4 years older than you, that's a huge test.
Yeah, it was really scary to play against the seniors from Lincoln schools. They're just a lot more experienced.
And then, of course, you were involved with volleyball this year, played a lot there, had some starts. So you have been able to elevate your game in a lot of different ways, but yet it's still not the same. I mean, as a sophomore, you've learned plenty, but there's a lot more learning to come.
Yes. With volleyball, it really helps with, confidence. And so it's helped with helping to lead with basketball.
Let's talk about the basketball structure as it stands, because you have freshmen and reserves, okay? So let's talk about how the games have gone, how the practices have gone, and how the chemistry has grown through this process.
Coach Lang is trying to get us to do a different style of playing so we can be faster and we can outwork teams. So in practice, we've been doing a lot of running and, transition. And I think the team chemistry this year is so much better than it was last year because it's just us and freshmen, and so they didn't know any better.
How about the learning curve for those who are maybe newer to the program?
I think they like to be a part of something, and
So eager to learn, eager to listen, eager to see if they can't rise to the challenge and, maybe get just a little deeper already?
Yes.
I like it. I like the sound of that. Chris, you've had a chance to witness some of this. Do you see that same progress?
It's been exciting to go in and watch them play. I've seen the work ethic of the girls from practices when we started in October, November to today, and their work ethic has been more. They're grinding games out more, and tighter games. They look like they're more comfortable. So they're growing, and that was a big reason why we did what we did this year was for that youth to grow. And so we have all of them. All the kids have been phenomenal. Any program that you're a part of, there's always going to be bumps. But, I think that we've dealt with all of that, and these kids are growing day in and day out. They're accepting their roles, and they're learning that leadership piece. And so it's been exciting to watch, and our coaches have been phenomenal to work with them. And I look forward to watching these kids as they grow and get older.
This school system is not the only one that's been affected by something like this. In fact, I know recently there was an article that was put out that talked about the number of players that are not participating, especially in girls basketball over the last few years. And so that is an effect that's ringing statewide. But there are other programs involving boys, too, that are maybe seeing some teams that are set aside for a year.
Yeah, the one thing I said is this decision was based on us. We're not making any decisions based on any other school, what the trends are, or anything like that. This was based on where we are at as a program and what we felt like was best, and that's how it's going to stay. We're going to focus on us. I hear those trends, and we're trying to fix it at Grand Island Senior High. I can't fix other school districts. I can't fix those things, but we're going to do the best that we can to fix our program and to figure out why we're in this little funk that we're in, and we're going to continue to grow it and continue to grind away with our coaches and develop our youth and really invest in our youth programs and what we have currently in front of us with our freshmen and sophomore, and then go from there and continue to just do what we got to do to make the best for Grand Island Senior High.
Chris Ladwig is the athletic director at Senior High. Lilly Goodwin's a sophomore at Senior High. You participated in volleyball. Now you're involved in basketball. And if I'm not mistaken, you're in track, too, coming up in the spring, right?
Yes.
So you have a busy life.
Yeah.
But conditioning is something that, is year-round for you. So I think that allows you just to kind of keep at a good peak. And do you feel like this has been overall easier on you physically, too, not having to deal with the maturity of some of the challenges going up against juniors and seniors every day?
Yeah, it definitely has. And we don't have as packed of a schedule as we did with the varsity.
Well, it sounds like so far it's a good move. Now, I'll ask the hard question. How soon do you think it's back to a varsity schedule for girls basketball at Senior High? And realistically, what's real?
Yeah, Brian, I don't know the true answer. That's the question that's hanging out there right now is where do we go from here? And I'll be honest with you, Brian, it's take a step back after the season. We evaluate it with our coaches. We evaluate with our administration, Mr. Hubbard, Mr. Fisher, and then I think we do what we did before the start of this season. We sit down with Lilly and some of the other girls that we have on our team, and we discuss where we think we're at, and what's going to have to be put forth in the spring, in the summer, and what it looks like next fall, and then we make a decision. So when that decision's made, I can't give you a definitive answer right now, but I do think that when we kind of have an idea of where we're going, we will make that decision because it's no fun with scheduling and trying to figure that out from an AD standpoint. So we'll get this thing figured out, and we'll have those conversations, and we'll see where we're at. And once we know, you'll know, and we'll move forward and make this program the best that we can make it.
I'll be looking forward to that text. Sometimes that's the way we work, but it's good. So I will see you tonight.
We look forward to having you, and we always appreciate the coverage, Brian. Thank you.
And Lilly, I'm sure I'll see you around too, but congratulations on the progress this year. It looks like the steps are headed the right way, and you're going to be part of it, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Chris Ladwig and Lilly Goodwin from Grand Island Senior High, good morning from AM 1430 KRGI 105.5 FM.